Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your May 2019 tarot reading. It's Raina here. I should say general tarot reading. Don't mind the train. I just want to make sure that I at least begin this reading before another train goes by. Okay. Well, we have a lot of fire energy in the form of 2 Wands cards, and then the Magician card I've seen connected to Aries, which makes sense. It's the #1 card. Aries is the first house. I've also seen the Magician card connected to Gemini. So, but we'll get to that when we get there. The heart of the matter is the 9 of Wands. So this is a card of, it can be like boundaries. And this person, if you look at this person's face, they look a little bit wary, not weary, wary. Like they're, you know, kind of anticipating somebody trying to, I don't know, overstep their boundaries, go past the point, the security point. And I think that this is all about, this is a card of strength, though. This is an important thing to note. And so, Sagittarius, you may have felt that people have like not respected your boundaries, and certainly since I'm a Sagittarian too, I think that one of the reasons why is that we're very flexible. Mutable sign. We want to help people. We want to be there for people. And that means that sometimes people, you give them an inch and they take a mile, right? And so this is one of those things where you might have put your foot down and said, okay, this is the line in the sand. And this might be one person, this may be you know, your whole family, or people, co-workers, it doesn't matter. But the other thing too is that you may just feel like, okay, now I'm at a place where I'm just going to stand tall. I'm not going to feel like I'm a victim or anything like that. That I am able to defend myself, and I have like a strong, that's why I said about strong, not just about boundaries, but this sense of, it's almost like energetically, this sense of like, you know, sometimes they put people that are psychics, they talk about like the shield around themselves, a white, I don't know what they do. It's like a protection around them so that they are not dealing with any kind of psychic attacks. And it's, so you may just be feeling really strong in general, maybe even physically strong, that your immune system is up, your health is up, who knows? It could be psychological or physical. Spiritual, I mean, too. In the past position, we have the Empress card, and this is a card of creativity, motherhood, and prosperity. So that could be what's going on too. I mean, even with the 9 of Wands, I wonder if there is some kind of feeling of prosperity. Maybe you have a lot of money in the bank all of a sudden, and you feel like you can rest easy. You know, that you don't have to be so vigilant because you have that kind of little extra, you know, padding financially. The Empress is a card of that sense of sensuality, but not just in terms of sexuality, but just that enjoyment of things, of the pleasures of the flesh. But it is a card that can indicate that you have financial abundance as well. And then we look at the higher message and we get the Ten of Cups, happily ever after. This is a card of marriage, the card of family harmony, and you know, with these three cards, it's like such an unusual thing. I just did another reading. It was kind of weird, the combination. Usually it's a lot more clear cut. And I'm kind of, you know, scratching my head here. What I think is that you might be like protective of your family because you have that sense of, maybe if you're pregnant, the Empress can be pregnancy, that you are more protective of your privacy, your family, your private life, because there is this sense of like, I have these, I have like this new life that I'm going to be bringing into the world, and I'm not really that interested in necessarily being out there with it, and I just want to enjoy having this quiet time with myself and before it comes about. With the Ten of Cups as the spiritual message, it could be saying that, you really have major dreams come true. Maybe the Nine of Wands is a sense of weariness because you've been hurt before and you can't really just relax because you're still thinking of things that have happened in your past where you were happy and then you got let down. And that would be a shame. I think that happens quite a bit, and I do get. It's interesting when I do even these general readings, how often I get a situation where there's something happy, and then I get a card that's kind of like, negative, or I'm not saying that the Nine of Wands is negative, but it can be interpreted a little bit in that direction, where the person's doubting it or the person is afraid of losing it. And this is, unfortunately, this is how people think. They're waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for something, waiting for somebody to try to spoil their happiness. And that, to me, is another thing that the Nine of Wands, if there's that sense of being at high alert, what does that say? Does it say that you have what you want, but you're afraid that there are people out there who are going to try to destroy your happiness? And that's really up to you. When you identify these people, if you know that there are people out there, Sag, who are not happy for your happiness, then you know that these are not, this is like the enemy as far as I'm concerned. And I think of that Nine of Wands as like the person scanning, waiting for the enemy. But you already know who the enemy is. And if you choose to continue to have relationships with these people, that's on you, I wish I could remember, there was like this saying that went along with that about, the people that are not happy for your happiness. And I had just read it, one of those memes or whatever, and it was really a great one. But yeah, it's really too bad that there are some people like that. But you don't have to embody their negativity and their envy. It's really envy when you think about it. So don't let anybody spoil your happiness. And you don't. And another thing too is, like I said earlier, you don't have to necessarily share it with them, because if it's going to trigger their own, demons being unleashed, just be selective in who you tell your good fortune. your news about good fortune too, because that can lessen the likelihood of having to be exposed to that. What crosses you is the Magician card, and in this particular context, you could feel that something is dependent on an outer force. The Magician card is about resourcefulness and being able to create, create your own reality and, be a conscious co-creator. The Empress, as I stated, is about, or can be, about prosperity. But it also can be creativity, and maybe it's a combination of both, and this is something that you've been wanting for quite a while. Perhaps your artistic endeavor is paying off finally, and there's a sense of, elation, but there's also this sense of, I don't know, like a paranoia or something, like, is this real? I can't believe that this is finally happening to me, but can I really trust it? And actually, I wanted to say that there have been a couple of full moons in Libra in the recent past that I've already talked about, that occurred in March and then April. And for Sag, this is the 11th house of hopes and wishes. So there might have been something that came to fruition for you, especially after that pink moon in late April, or, almost just a little bit past mid-April, April 19th. And it was something that you wanted, but it's like you still don't trust it. You still are afraid that it could slip through your fingers. So the thing is to understand that there's more where that came from. You don't have to worry about it, but you have to be proactive, Sag. You can't assume that things are going to happen on their own, and you don't have to be afraid of it being taken away. And this could also be about a relationship too, because you hold the key, and you hold the key based on your attitude towards relationship, as well as being the best person you can be to attract a healthy relationship. So on both fronts, you hold the key. Obviously, you can't control other people, and you can't control the whole world, but you can control how you react to things in the world. And that's your job. And the Magician in the upright position, in its fully functional position, is about you taking initiative in your life, being self-reliant, and really feeling that you hold the key to your own creation and nobody else does. And also, by the way, creation of your own emotions and emotional state, that nobody else is responsible for your happiness or any kind of negative emotions. That it's a choice that you make, but also the other things that you're doing, that you have a choice in that as well. The advice is represented by the Two of Wands, and this can be a choice. And this is about maybe having to make a decision. Sometimes this is about relocation. You see the person has the globe in their, the world in their hand. And it may be that you have been wanting to move, and something has kept you from doing that. And it's possible that that will be part of the journey to having something in your life totally the way that you want it. Perhaps you have gotten married, or you've met somebody that you feel that you could have that with the Ten of Cups, that you've met that soulmate, or that person that you feel like you could spend the rest of your life with. If you already have children, maybe that your children love this person and you feel like you can be a family, but there's something within you that still doesn't trust it. And it might be that you need to relocate in order to kind of get away from negative influences, for instance, that are still trying to, make you feel that you don't deserve it. You don't deserve these good things. Maybe they try to make you doubt yourself. So, or trying to like run roughshod over your boundaries. The outcome is the Page of Cups. This is a card that is associated with Pisces, so this could be a timing card. The next Pisces transit is a full moon. Now this is going to be in September, but when you think about it, September isn't really that far off. And this for Sag is actually the 4th house of home and family, so this could be some sort of leaving at that time. I think it's September 14th or something, so maybe that is when you're going to move around that time. There could be also some sort of new creative project that you are involved in, that you are taking part in. Maybe you've been very creative. Jupiter being in our sign makes us, more of everything, more of everything that we represent. And all fire signs represent creativity. So that's good as well. So in any case, and by the way, too, this talking about romance, this is good for that as well, because pages can be like aces, where it's like the early stages, the infant stage of a love relationship. And so anyway, I hope that some of this resonated with you, Sag. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.